Toys are usually attached to happy memories, and there's nothing like getting one for free. McDonald's started gaining popularity in the late 1970s when they introduced the Happy Meal, which was specifically made for kids, and the best part was that they came with free toys. Some of these toys were great, but some were horrible. Welcome to the America's Trip Down Memory Lane channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about some of the worst Happy Meal toys ever. McDonald's has been around since 1955, and they're still doing great after all these years. The beginning of their success started in 1979 when they launched a special kids pack. Happy Meal never offered sophisticated toys like huge monster trucks or glamorous doll houses, but many of them were fun nonetheless. With gifts, many people say it's the thought that counts. However, some of these Happy Meal toys were terrible gift choices. That being said, let's take a look at some of them. Toothbrush and toothpaste. In 1983, McDonald's decided to support the campaign for dental hygiene by inserting a toothbrush and toothpaste in the Happy Meal packs. Of course, the gift wasn't really loved among the kids. Who wants to hear or even think about brushing their teeth while having a great meal? Dental hygiene is important, absolutely, but that's something you'd rather hear about in school, not at McDonald's, when you're trying to stuff your face with a burger. A brush and toothpaste may not have been fun gifts, but at least some kids got the memo and started brushing their teeth twice every day. McDonald's also realized their gift of choice was not so great, so they didn't hand out toothpaste and toothbrushes for much longer. Michael Jordan Fitness Fun Challenge. Fitness was another healthy lifestyle choice that McDonald's decided to promote using the Happy Meal packs. This time they partnered up with a super cool public figure, Michael Jordan, who was and still is the greatest basketball player of all time. The idea wasn't the problem, it's just that the gifts they handed out didn't work half the time, which kind of defeated the whole purpose. The Fitness Fun Challenge Happy Meal collection came with a jump rope, which was pretty but too short, so most kids couldn't use them. There were also small baseballs, basketballs, and footballs, all of which deflated very easily, so children could not play with them that often. Some packs also came with a 30-second stopwatch, which almost never worked. Put simply, these toys were just frustrating. The Extraterrestrial Poster. In 1982, one of the coolest sci-fi movies of all time was released, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. The movie was a classic which was loved by everyone, and McDonald's decided to dedicate a Happy Meal toy to it. Shortly after its release, McDonald's decided that instead of toys, they would put E.T. posters in the Happy Meal packs. Of course, the idea was well received. The kids loved having stickers of their favorite movie, but what they didn't love was having the posters covered in grease before they got the chance to flaunt them. Perhaps it would have been a better idea if the posters were made with a material that cannot be easily ruined, especially since they were placed side by side with burgers and fries. Halloween pails. If you asked a child, they'd tell you that Halloween is one of the best holidays ever. Kids look forward to going from house to house trick-or-treating for large amounts of candies. Some people prepare for this not just by planning an impressive costume, but also by getting a bag to hold the many treats they hope to get. In 1991, McDonald's idea for a Happy Meal toy was a Halloween bucket. These pails were small cups which came in different colors and were decorated with Halloween smiley faces. The containers looked fun, but the kids were a bit disappointed after the holidays because their pails were too small. As a result, the number of treats they received for Halloween that year was reduced, which was not cool. Shark Tail Jellyfish. If you grew up in the early 2000s, you might remember watching the 2004 movie Shark Tale and McDonald's horrible attempt to promote the film. Shark Tale was an animated movie about life underwater, featuring talking fishes and an array of underwater creatures. One of the characters ended up as a toy in the Happy Meal pack, and it was probably the worst one ever. The toy depicted one jellyfish from the movie, and it was not appreciated by not just the kids, but also by the parents. For one, the toy was fixed and boring, providing the kids with very little to do. Also, this toy's design made it look completely inappropriate for a child to have. Looking at the toy, you can't help but wonder why McDonald's PR department thought it was a good idea to hand kids toys that looked like that. Gardening tools. Gardening is a fun summer activity that's undisputable, but we have to agree that of all the reasons for a kid to look forward to summer after a long semester, gardening is nowhere near the top of that list, at least for most children. Perhaps McDonald's didn't think of this before deciding to give every kid in America gardening tools as a Happy Meal toy. Not all children were thrilled to find a pack of seeds, a pair of plastic trowels, and a garden fork in their Happy Meal, and many expressed their displeasure. The idea behind this gift was not bad at all, but toys are supposed to be fun. Being handed a summer gardening homework was not the fun many kids were looking forward to. Idol MP3 player. A lot of people enjoy watching competition shows, and today there are quite a few of them. Everyone loved these TV shows from The Voice to America's Got Talent, but little over a decade ago, most people, even children, were obsessed with American Idol. As a result, the show was the idea for McDonald's Happy Meal toy in 2007. These consisted of 5 Idol-themed toys, including the Idol MP3 player. At first sight, this was a really cool gift because it was supposed to be a portable music player, and it was, except it didn't play the kind of music people had hoped for. Rather than playing the kind of songs they wanted to hear, the MP3 player played the show's theme song over and over again. It didn't take long before this became annoying, leaving the kids quite disappointed. Airport toy. There was an era when McDonald's decided to encourage kids to have big dreams. One such dream was to be a pilot, and as a result, airport toys were introduced into the Happy Meal packs. They came with a set of tiny airplanes, which were operated by their mascots. The meal box could also double as an airport, and while it might not seem like it at first glance, this set of toys was not very great. The airplanes looked cheap and terrible. They came with no movable parts, and not even the blades could be manually rotated. While some kids might have had as much fun as they could, to the parent, the toys were nothing more than low-quality plastic, and they weren't wrong. Thankfully, however, the quality has improved with time. Camp McDonald Land. Camping is one activity most kids look forward to during the summer. This is probably why McDonald's launched their own McDonald Land campaign in 1991, which was supposed to encourage kids to become more active and go into the wild. As part of this campaign, they introduced a set of camp utensils as Happy Meal toys. This set included a small plastic canteen, which could not hold much water, a plastic frying pan, and a cup. These weren't toys, obviously, but what made them horrible was the fact that they were impractical. Nobody can survive 3 days in a forest with a tiny bottle of water, or plastic cooking utensils. This campaign was a great idea, but the toys weren't exactly a good use of plastic. Nickelodeon game gadgets. Back in the 90s, Nickelodeon was every child's haven. Everybody enjoyed watching shows like The Angry Beavers, Hey Arnold, and even SpongeBob SquarePants. Due to the network's popularity among the kids, it's no wonder McDonald's partnered with them a couple of times. One year, in particular, they adopted Nickelodeon game gadgets as Happy Meal toys. These toys included Applause Pause, Loudmouth Mike, and Blimp Game. They might have had cool names, but these toys were quite basic and a disappointment, honestly. There was also a water gun which was very weak and not fun to play with. On the bright side, these gadgets had inbuilt neon lights, which showed off the Nickelodeon logo, and quite frankly, it seemed like this was the only use of these gadgets. Of course, it was only a matter of time before they got boring and were tossed in a box in a dark corner of the house. Thank you for watching the video. Hit us up in the comments section and give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos.